everybody, Sarah with Super Mom Shuffle here, and I wanted to actually jump online and do a craft with you guys today. And I was in a little bit of a crafty mood this week. The mantle is looking a little bare, the Christmas decorations are all gone, but there's not really any winter decorations that I had that worked, and so I wanted to make something new, something crafty to put on my mantle, and I don't have a ton of time to be crafty, so I needed it to be quick, and I decided it should be Valentine's Day. So I went looking on Pinterest for something I already had most of the stuff for, something that wouldn't cost a ton of money, and I came up with this. This is totally somebody else's idea, but it's a mason jar that's painted on the inside, and it has a glittery heart hanging from it. So I ordered some hearts to put glitter on, and I pretty much had the rest of the supplies here, I think. Supplies that you need to make this, whatever size jar you want to make it with. You can make it with mason jars, you can make it with spaghetti sauce jars, any jars you have would totally work. I'm going to be doing, while we're doing this, an actual like big size. I think this is a quart. I did the trial run I did on pint-sized jars. Both worked super good. These turned out super cute, but the heart is too big for the little pint-sized jar, so I need smaller hearts to finish these guys. But to give you an idea of where we're going, I did 3, and I did them in just different shades. So any colors that you have would be totally fine. Whatever paint I use, this is just folk art acrylic paint, the super cheap stuff you can get at the craft store. It's like $1 a bottle, and sometimes if it's on sale it's 50 cents. Super cheap. So any colors that you have would be totally fine. You can go whichever way you want, but I wanted a little bit of all the shades. This is actually red. The lightest one is called Ballet Pink, and the rosy one is actually called Rose Pink. So that's where we're going with this, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a roadmap of where we're going to end up. Let's see. So you need the jars, you need paint, you need glitter. I've got pink glitter and red glitter. You need something to glue the glitter on your little wooden hearts. I have Mod Podge. Elmer's glue would work totally fine too. Whatever that you have that would work. And you need some twine. I have some pink twine or some brown twine. Actually came with the little hearts. Either way is totally fine. It'll work great. All you're going to do is use the twine to tie it around the neck of the jar, so it doesn't really matter. I thought the pink would be really cute though. And let's make sure. Paint, glitter, Mod Podge, jars, hearts, twine. Yeah, I think that's it. For the sake of efficiency, let's start with the hearts because they have to dry. And I cheated a little. I already did some so that we have some dry ones, or at least semi-dry, to use so you can see the completed project. But just grab some hearts. I think I'm going to do 2 pink and a red, but this is super easy, super simple. A little messy for this part. The kids could totally do it. This is something great the kids could do. Get a little brush spongy thing, your finger, it doesn't matter, whatever can spread. And just spread a good amount. I went too thin the first time when I did the little trial run. You want a good amount of glue on the heart. It just works better that way. It was just too thin without a good gooey amount of the glue. And word of warning, I also thought I was going to do white glitter, and that's totally fine. But if you're going to do white glitter, you're going to want to paint the heart white beforehand, because I ended up with a still wooden semi-white heart. So you may need to paint the wooden heart first, but the pink and the red turned out fine. They didn't need to be painted. So back to bunches of glue on the wooden hearts. All on there. And then that's it for the glue. Get that out of the way before I knock it off the table everywhere. Put that over there. And then I'm going to go with pink glitter, and I'm going to just pour a ton of it on there. It'll dry, and then you can shake off the excess, but that way you don't have to worry about going back and doing a second coat. Just anywhere you see empty, make sure there's glitter. I do not know the last time I had done anything with glitter, so I thoroughly enjoyed myself the first time I was doing this morning, because I really don't know the last time I did anything with glitter. It felt good. All right, close that so I don't spill that everywhere. So all that's left to do is let these hearts dry. So I'm going to put them aside, especially since I have the other ones that we can use. So those will be drying up there. Next up, so we're halfway there already, super easy. Next up, we're gonna paint the jar. And you could probably paint the outside of the jar if you wanted to. I think you end up with lots of brush strokes and it's just a pain, and then how do you hold it and paint it at the same time? The picture I saw, they had painted the inside of the jar, so that's what I did. It worked great and it was super easy, didn't make a mess. And it looks really shiny and pretty on the outside too. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna go red because I think that's the easiest one for you guys to see. It took at least half a bottle to do the little pint size jar, so I'm gonna assume with the quart that it is probably gonna take the whole bottle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and be pretty liberal with however much goes in here. And it's so easy. I mean, I was amazed at how easy it was. So just squirt whole bunches of it. And you can add more if you need it. But just squirt whole bunches in there. If it's thick, maybe add a smidge of water. I didn't have that problem. If it's older paint, you might want to thin it out just a smidge. I'm going to put that upside down just in case I need it. And so this is the super fun part. You got the paint in there. Just turn it on its side and just swirl. Just start swirling it around while it covers the inside of the jar. No mess, no painting on the outside. It's super fun. It's actually kind of soothing to watch too. It's like watching a lava lamp. And just kind of swirl around as you go. And just keep turning. Keep it at a little bit of an angle. And just keep turning as you go. Just make sure it's all coated. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the inside. Nobody's going to really see anyway. And it just kind of runs down. And you just keep going. This is the kind of craft I can get behind that just takes a little bit of time. I mean, it might need some time to dry, but you can totally finish it in a day. I can do it while the kids are at school. It can be put up to dry, and then tomorrow it's ready to go. I would probably suggest, I would think that the glittery hearts, I would give them several hours to dry at the minimum. A couple of mine had a little bit of a bald spot because I didn't put enough glue on the first time around. Hopefully I won't have this problem this time around. And you just keep on letting it go. But anyway, a couple of the hearts did have a bald spot, so I just kind of took my finger with the glue and just kind of smeared around where the empty spots were and just sprinkled more glitter on and let it dry again. Let's see, I think we'll definitely need some more paint on this one. Just letting it all run down. But see, I mean, how easy is that? These jars are super sentimental. These are from my grandma's house, and they are actual mason jars, but they are, my second child, his name is Mason, and so I already kind of have an affinity for mason jars anyway, but these are really old ones, and they say perfect mason. I don't know why. I think we looked it up at the time when we found them, when we were cleaning up our house and getting everything out of our house, but I don't remember why they were called perfect mason jars, but I know they were really old. Like I want to say it was 1964 or something like that was the year that they had perfect mason jars. And so we have several. So all three of mine are from her house, and they're perfect mason jars. That seemed like a good thing to do for a Valentine's craft. So my paint is probably, I mean, there's more in there, but it's starting to go a little bit slower. So I'm gonna add some more. Stick the ball down there. There we go. Lovely noises to go with the pump. And still just keep turning it around, and it's just, I mean, it's as simple as that. You just keep going. The only time you have to pay pretty close attention is when you get to the edges, because you just don't want to make a huge mess. So I was going to try to go ahead and let it come down to the edges so I can show you what I do there, because you don't have to watch the paint spread. Yeah, I think you get the idea from here. You let it come. Yeah, see, it's coming down. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there it goes. Yep, it's coming down to the edges. And once you get it almost to the edge, just kind of pull back on your angle and then just start turning it and let it just coat all the way around. And probably it'll finish coating the rest of the jar while you're doing that, would be my guess. And let it just go all the way around. And like I said, if you need more paint, just keep on going with more paint. I would watch thinning it out too much though, because it's a really nice like thick finish, and there's no runny streaks or anything in there. And if you put too much water in there, that's what you will get for sure. So do be careful about that. See, I'm on the outside edge, and it just, you can see, right there. And it just keeps on going. So how easy is this? I mean, you don't, like, there's no mess whatsoever. The kids could totally do it. I mean, for that matter, you could probably just throw a lid on this and let them just shake it up and go to town. They would probably enjoy that. I might actually try that and let my little guys do that this weekend. That would be the ideal way to do it with the kids for sure. And there it keeps going all the way around. And that way, it just makes a nice finished edge all the way around. Just about got it. There's a couple spots in there that we need to reshake a little bit. Paint. I think we about got it licked. Round and round. It's probably not the most exciting thing to watch, but it is super fun to make and watch. Like I said, it's kind of like watching a live ball plant. You can see I've just got one little streak left. There's that one. So those. And there was one, my pink got a little bit stubborn, the really light pink. I don't know why. I don't know if it was dry or what, but it got a little bit stubborn, and I had to actually like go in with my finger and just kind of spread it just really lightly, and that way, I mean, it got all over my hands, but it totally worked in the jar. And you couldn't tell, like it didn't make any finger streaks or anything like that. One little streak right here. And that's done. All right, all that's left is a little bit more of the lip. So for the sake of speediness, I'm gonna pause that there and grab one of the already super glittery red hearts that I made. And it's mostly dry. And I'm gonna do some pink twine. Maybe. Oh, there we go. And you could totally just tie it through. I think it looks super cute on the paper, on the one that I got the inspiration from. Looks like it's hot glued to the back. And I will post this, plus the instructions, plus the supply list that you need, plus this video on Super Mom Shuffle later today. And that way you'll have everything you need all at one time to do it. But what I think is cute, what I experimented with, was take your twine, put the two ends together, and then you've got a loop at the end. Make that really tight. And put the loop through the hole. And you may need the help of a toothpick to get it going through, because it made a really cute little loop to hold the heart onto the jar when I was doing it. Okay. Just kind of fish it through. There we go. Almost. Thread the needle here. There we go. So take the loop and just pull the ends through, and it just makes a super cute little loop to hold the heart. And all you do from there, pick whatever side you want to be the front. Look how cute that is. Look, the red is kind of hard to see on the red. Let's do pink on the red. So let's do that again. One more twine. So fold it in half. Just gonna twist that up a little bit and see. Not all the hearts I would think would have holes in them. Like you might just get plain craft hearts that didn't have pre-drilled holes. You could totally drill a hole through it, or you could just do what they did in the original craft and just hot glue, or even probably just Elmer's glue to the back and go from there. I just really liked how this little loop looked. Okay, let's try that again. We've got the loop. Take the ends through it, make a little slip knot. And that's going to look a lot better, I think. So, take the string, turn it around so you can see it, and then just tie it in the back. How cute is that? Minus a little bit of pink that's still left to go. But is that not the cutest thing? So I'm going to do another one with pink, and I'm going to do another one with the rosy pink, and I'll have 3 of the big jars that will look like these guys. And then I'll get some smaller hearts to go with these guys. But I thought these were super, super cute. And then look how sparkly and happy, and those will go on the mantle. And I think that's just super cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Super quick, super easy. If you have any questions, post them and I'll answer them later. I can't really see them while I'm on Facebook Live. And like I said, I'll post it all for you and put it all together so it has the list of everything you need. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.